Good morning, everyone, and I just have some very brief remarks this morning. I want to say on behalf of the province, certainly I am pleased to welcome the representatives of the Ktunaxa Nation to the Legislature today on the traditional territory of the Coastal Peoples, as long as we're making a particular thank you, Chief, for being here this morning as well. I offer welcome to you, Kathryn, as Chair of the Nation Council. I know that there are chiefs and elders and representatives of the four bands here this morning. I know you have traveled a great distance to be here. For that reason, it is an historic day for your travels to be here for the first time that the Ktunaxa flag has entered the legislature as well. So I look forward to words to be spoken by your representative, and just want to wish you safety in your journey here and on your return.
Thank you, Minister Chong. Today is a very important day in the history of the Ktunaxa Nation. I want to begin, first of all, by thanking the Creator for guiding us and ensuring that we arrived here safely. I also want to thank and acknowledge the representative from the people on whose land that we are today. And I want to thank Chief Andy Thomas for being here in support of the Ktunaxa Nation. I also want to thank Chief Doug White, who is a member of the political executive of the First Nations Summit, who is here in support of the Ktunaxa Nation. Thank you, Chief. Most of all, I want to thank the citizens of the Ktunaxa Nation who traveled all this way to be here for this very important declaration. This is something that we have been thinking about for quite some time. We have been thinking about how we are going to express ourselves to the world about the importance of this place that we know as Qat'muk. We've discussed, we've had several gatherings of the citizens to talk about it, to plan for what we are going to do. We finally agreed on what we are doing today, and that is to issue a declaration on behalf of the Ktunaxa Nation that speaks to our relationship to Qat'muk. So this declaration is made today, November 15th, 2010, and we will be leaving a copy with the Minister to be delivered to the province of British Columbia's government. The declaration reads, "We, the Ktunaxa, have lived in our territory since time immemorial and have a deep spiritual connection to the animal world, and in particular to the grizzly bear. Qat'muk is a very special place where Ktunaxa, the grizzly bear spirit, was born, goes to heal itself, and returns to the spirit world. The grizzly bear is an important source of guidance, strength, protection, and spirituality for the Ktunaxa. Qat'muk's importance for the grizzly bear spirit is inextricably interlinked with its importance for living grizzly bears now and in the future. The Ktunaxa have a stewardship obligation and duty to the grizzly bear spirit and Qat'muk. Given the importance of Qat'muk, the Ktunaxa Nation Council, on behalf of the Ktunaxa Nation, affirms that having been created in interdependence with the land, its living things, and the spirit world, the Ktunaxa possess and are entitled to enjoy our inherent and pre-existing sovereignty over our lands and lives thereon. Affirms that the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples supports the Ktunaxa Nation's rights to A. Manifest, practice, develop, and teach our spiritual and religious traditions, customs, and ceremonies, and to maintain, protect, and have access in privacy to our religious and cultural sites, Article 12, and B. Maintain and strengthen our distinctive spiritual relationship with our traditionally owned or otherwise occupied and used lands, territories, waters, and other resources, and to uphold our responsibilities to future generations in this regard. Article 25 emphasizes that the Ktunaxa Nation have never consented to the developments and desecrations that have occurred within Qat'muk. Asserts that we will not agree to any further development or sale of land associated with Qat'muk that would result in irreparable and irreversible harm to the sacred place and our spiritual connection with it. Affirms that the Creator gave the Ktunaxa covenants, one of which is to protect, honor, and celebrate what the Creator has given us. Reaffirms that our law, Qat'muk, requires the protection of our sacred places for ourselves, for our children, and our grandchildren. Recognizes that the Ktunaxa language does not translate well into other languages, and consequently our spiritual relationship with Qat'muk may not be fully understood by others. Affirms that we are strong as we have maintained our cultural connection to our land, language, and spirituality. Reaffirms that we are of one heart and one mind to protect Qat'muk from desecration. Insists that we will strengthen and revitalize the Ktunaxa Nation through our spiritual connection to Qat'muk. Invites other governments, non-governmental organizations, business proponents, local communities, and others to support and respect our spiritual traditions and practices linked to Qat'muk, and to help protect it against desecration and destruction. The Ktunaxa Nation Council, on behalf of the Ktunaxa Nation, hereby proclaims that Qat'muk is the home of the grizzly bear spirit and is the unique and proper place to celebrate and honor the spirit. That Qat'muk includes the entirety of the Toby Jumbo watershed and the uppermost parts of the South Fork Glacier Creek, Horsebeef Creek, and Farnham Creek watersheds. That to fully protect the most sacred core of the Qat'muk area, a refuge area consisting of the upper part of the Jumbo Valley, is hereby established. That a buffer area consisting of the remainder of the Jumbo watershed is hereby established so that the grizzly bear spirit, as well as grizzly bears, can thrive within and around Qat'muk. That the Ktunaxa Nation will share Qat'muk with non-Ktunaxa when such use is respectful of Ktunaxa spiritual values and consistent with our Qat'muk stewardship principles. That the Ktunaxa Nation will prepare a management plan for the refuge and buffer areas based on the Qat'muk stewardship principles and in consultation with other governments and stakeholders. So proclaimed on November 15th, 2010. So, Minister, we deliver this message to you on behalf of the Ktunaxa Nation. If you will share that message with your colleagues, and we will look forward to further discussions to follow up on what we have included in our proclamation.
Thank you, Kathryn. I receive your Qat'muk declaration with respect and will ensure that it is shared with my colleagues. And I understand and express that Minister Barry Penner, who is not able to be here today, is available to speak with you further on this, and want to assure you that this will be put in his hands as well.